What's going on, guys? Scott Stocks here, and I just want to give you a quick overview on charting and equity feed and how I use charting, setting up a default preset for charting in equity feed so you get your particular settings every time. I love equity feed. I've tried all the other stuff out there. I find this to be the best scanner and news feed pretty much in the game. I've got a bunch of videos on it, and yeah, if you'd like to try it, check the link in my description. It's a free 14-day trial, no credit card required. Yeah, look at that. Wow. And yeah, I don't really have any affiliation with them. I just want to make these videos because when I first started looking for scanners, couldn't really find anything too incredible or groundbreaking on them. And Equity Feed didn't really have a manual or anything, and there's just a bunch of random videos out there. So I want to try to make some tutorials on how I trade using Equity Feed. And today this is going to be about charting. This is my typical chart setup. And when you open a chart in Equity Feed, every single time you open it, you know, you get the default settings it provides you with. And if you don't have your stuff set up right, you end up with a line chart, which I hope to God you don't use if you're a trader. And if you like moving averages and stuff, it's such a pain in the ass to have to go in here and set up a moving average every day or every time. I think I clicked the wrong thing. Um, yeah, so you want to do it, you want to set up a default. I'm going to show you real quick how to do that and how to make it a little bit more efficient. So yeah, it starts out with the, let's see if I can do I guess I don't want to delete my setups, but here's the deal. Essentially, you start out with a line chart, no particular indicators or anything as far as I remember. Here's the, oh cool, there's the moving average right there. And yeah, here's how I set it up. I like to have the news up first. I usually run my news scanner up here as I've shown in the other videos, and I like to see why stuff is up on the day. Um, News is the best way to do that. Um, let's see here. There's also tabbed montages as well. We'll get into that in a little bit. Um, Actually, it's pretty straightforward. I can just show you here, and you can run tabs for each stock that you'd like to keep an eye on. This is more efficient if you're on a laptop or smaller computer. Yep, close. Cool. Let's get it started. Starting at the top, symbol, time period, basic stuff, you know, ticker time, line bar candle. I always run a candle. If you don't run a candle, you're crazy. You don't see all of the activity in the moves here. You're not going to get all the information. You need to see the real peaks, the real closes, the opens on each ticker. I mean, candlestick's a necessity in my opinion. This chart particularly isn't really a great example. Shit, let's try this IDI up here. See what that's looking like. And yeah, there's a perfect example of why candlesticks, this spiked all of 52.5. And on the line chart, take a look at what it looks like. You don't even see that. So, I mean, here it's 515, doesn't even go that high now. So you need the candlesticks just to see really where stuff's spiking. Um, that's obvious. I shouldn't have to tell you that. If you're here, you probably already know that. Um, Moving averages, set up all your stuff here. Um, Volume weighted average price, momentum. I don't really get into too many indicators personally. Um, Volume, I leave that on. Obviously, that's a key point of trading. You can draw lines, your Fibonacci, all that kind of stuff, and your after hours. And I like to actually have pre-market off. A lot of my trading I'm doing during the day in aftermarket, and I like to see the detail better. And I like things kind of condensed small, but if you want to leave it on, check it. And then we've got the layout set up. And to save this, I want you to get your stuff the way you want it. I like a 2-day chart because a lot of times I'm playing big breakouts or moves from the day before. For example, today would be, I think JVA was a good example of how I like to play. So I like to see where it's coming from. Oh shit, let's try that again. I like to see an example of kind of where it's coming from so I get a feel for the range. Obviously it's up a lot on the day and you can do that, by percentage, but I like to visually see it because if I'm shorting a play or if I'm, looking to gain, looking to trade, I want to see the range it's dealing with. So I have it set to 2 days, 2 minute. 1 minute's cool too. It doesn't really make a difference. I think 2 minute was default for the 2-day. Over here, the default unfortunately doesn't save. So you kind of need to check that every time. And you can do previous day. real time today. I'll obviously leave that. So you get your stuff the way you want it to get. Get your stuff situated, put your moving average, however you prefer to trade, and you want to save your setup in here. And put a preset name. We'll do like testing, and we'll do that. And then we're gonna go save setup test, load it up, and then save test as default preset. That's the magic here. And once you do that, every single time you open it up, you're gonna get exactly what you set up here. So we'll click it, and boom, every time you click something on a scanner or a watch list or whatever, you're gonna get that chart setup view preference with the moving average. A couple little things. Go down here. Quick overview of this. Oh yeah, hit save when you're done too, down here, and that'll save the configuration for everything. So that's useful. I wonder if we can check that and save that and see if it stays. We'll see what happens. I haven't tried that. Yeah, it doesn't stay. That's kind of annoying. News time frame, I don't believe stays either. I think it's just news for the day. Let's try that as well. JVA, let's do 1 week trading. Nope, still 1 day. So that kind of sucks. Right here, I think this is a layout, link to group. I never used that. Edit settings. The font size, I didn't change in the charts. I do change it in everything else. Up to you. It didn't really like give me efficiency because most of it's over here. So I didn't see the point in doing that. Bottom panel default, really helpful. I like to pop into the news so I can get the catalyst as soon as I see it on my scanner. You can also go level 2 and save it. So every time you pop open a chart, level 2 opens up first. If you got interactive brokers or Ameritrade, you can pop trading in there, and you can trade with this, which is pretty cool. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Colors, I don't really get into that. I like the dark charts. It's fine the way it is. And then I save it and leave it. And that's all there is to it. That's how you save your chart setup. That's how you get your candlesticks running. Straightforward, pretty awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful. Once again, if you want to try Equity Feed, click the link down in my description. And yeah, enjoy. Hope